So you want to criticize George R. R. Martin. It's reasonable. The dude's very criticizable. And it's a fertile field some seasons. The thing is that at a certain point, when do you decide something's blasé? Quite frankly, criticizing George R. R. Martin is incredibly blasé. I don't much care for it. I don't much care to hear about it as much as I used to. Originally when it was first out and it was famous and big, it was interesting to talk about. Like these things are worth talking about in a way, but the problem is that at some point something's got to give and something's got to die. And I don't mean the author, I mean the criticism of the author. Fundamentally, the problem isn't POVs. The problem isn't it's too nihilistic a story. The problem isn't that he got rich. The problem is that he doesn't have other authors have gotten rich and they still produce work. The problem is that whatever he is, whatever he thinks he is, he just doesn't want to finish the story. Like, everything else is fine. But fundamentally, if you don't want to finish the story, you're just not going to finish the story no matter how much money you're given. He's not starving anymore. Sure, you could say that, he got rich and famous and he has enough money so he doesn't have to do it. Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But really, it's all about whether or not he wants to finish the story. Is the story worth it to him? Is it worth it to end it? Instead of writing another Targaryen novel, instead of working with the Targaryen show or whatever, whether it's good or not is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is whether or not he has the capability to look himself in the face, hike up his pants, and set those fingers that's flying through the keyboard. The answer's no. The answer's he's not going to finish it. Maybe he will. Maybe it's like Brian Herbert and all his notes are in a cash deposit box somewhere in a bank, and his son's going to pick it up and read the note that says, write more Dune books, A Song of Ice and Fire books or whatever. You have to look at these things, right? You have to look at the people. You have to look at what they're writing, what their art is, and decide whether or not they can finish it. Artist, like a sculptor that doesn't have hands, can't sculpt. And a writer that doesn't have the spirit, the will to finish his book can't write.